What's up, Dub Nation? Let's dive into the Golden State Warriors' moves from the 2025 NBA Draft, specifically focusing on their picks in the second round. This year, the Warriors didn't have a first-round selection, but they made some interesting decisions late in the draft, trying to find players who can fit their system and contribute down the line. I'm here to break down both players, share some thoughts on what they bring to the table, and give each pick a grade based on potential, fit, and overall value. So, buckle up as we unpack what the Warriors got with their 52nd and 56th picks. Starting with the 52nd overall selection, the Warriors went international, choosing Alex Tui, a wing from Australia who's been making noise in the National Basketball League playing for the Sydney Kings, standing about 6'7". Tui brings a versatile skill set, though he's not exactly the type of player who will jump off the court with sheer athleticism. Instead, he's more of a high-effort, smart basketball player, someone who plays hard on defense, can run the floor well in transition, and shows solid basketball IQ. Think of him as the type of guy who does a little bit of everything on the court but might not be exceptional in one specific area. Now, from what we've seen, Tui doesn't come with elite explosiveness or jaw-dropping athleticism. His maximum vertical leap is moderate, and he's not going to be slamming down dunks or blowing past defenders with blazing speed. But what he does have is a mature feel for the game. He understands spacing, moves the ball well, and can connect on the offensive end without turning it over. His shooting mechanics look smooth, though his consistency, especially from three-point range, has been streaky. Last season with Sydney, he shot just over 34% from deep. In a league known for tough defenses and physical play, that's not a bad mark. But it's not elite either. What makes Tui intriguing is that he's a player who hustles and can be a reliable cog in a movement-heavy offense like Golden State's. His ability to create passing lanes and make the right reads could slot nicely alongside the Warriors' style, which thrives on quick ball movement and off-ball activity. On defense, he's known for playing with great effort, contesting shots, and staying involved. While he won't be guarding the quickest guards or the biggest forwards with ease, his fundamentals and work ethic are what could help him carve out a role. There are comparisons floating around that place him in a category of versatile jack-of-all-trades. Wings, players who might not shine with highlight reel plays but bring solid contributions in multiple facets. Some see shades of Jake Layman, Josh Hart, and Isaac Bonga in his game, players who put in the effort and fill roles, but don't necessarily dominate any single area. One notable downside in Tui's profile is rebounding. Unlike Josh Hart, who's an elite rebounder for his size, Tui doesn't excel there, which could limit his impact on the glass. Also, he's not really a creator in the half-court offense, which means he's not going to be breaking down defenders consistently or creating his own shot off the dribble, but he can attack the rim and finish through contact, which is valuable for a player with his size and frame. As an international prospect entering the NBA at 21 years old, turning 22 soon, he's a bit older than some other rookies, but that might work in his favor, since he brings a more polished, experienced game. Overall, Tui looks like a reliable connector player who fits the Warriors' system well. He's not flashy, but he moves the offense and defends with effort. That said, it's fair to wonder how much playing time he'll actually get, especially considering the Warriors' existing depth and the presence of similar players like Santos, who already occupies a similar role. Finding a spot for Tui in the rotation next season might be tough, but his presence adds some depth and flexibility to the wing positions. If I had to grade this pick, I'd say it's a D+. The Warriors clearly needed someone with shooting ability and size, and Tui ticks some of those boxes. But I'm not convinced he's the type of specialist who can make an immediate impact or develop into a key contributor. This pick feels like a long shot, and while he might surprise, he's probably not going to be lighting up the scoreboard or commanding major minutes anytime soon. Moving on to the Warriors' second selection, which came with the 56th overall pick. They chose Will Richard, a wing out of Florida. Richard's profile is quite different from Tui's. He's a bit shorter at 6'4", but boasts an impressive 6'9" wingspan, which makes him a strong defender on the perimeter. Defense is the cornerstone of Richard's game, and that's what makes him intriguing. He plays with solid technique, uses his length effectively, and can guard multiple positions. Plus, he's known for his shooting, which is one of his main weapons on offense. Richard's three-point shooting hovered around 36% in college, which isn't eye-popping but is definitely respectable. He's got strong shooting mechanics and can knock down shots off the catch or on the move. making him a reliable spot-up shooter. While he's not an explosive athlete, he compensates with smart positioning and solid defensive fundamentals, which fits well in a Warriors system that values versatile, disciplined defenders who can space the floor. One interesting note about Richard is that he played for the Florida Gators, who were national champions last season, and their defense was a big part of their success. That experience in a winning program with tough defensive schemes speaks to his ability to compete at a high level. However, Richard isn't a great creator or passer, so his value comes mostly from his shooting and defense rather than playmaking. When it comes to player comparisons, he's been likened to guys like Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Drew Smith, and Keon Ellis. Of these, Ellis is the most encouraging comparison since he's carving out a solid role in Sacramento as a tough defender and reliable shooter. If Richard can follow a similar path, that would be a win for Golden State. Realistically, Richard probably won't get big minutes right away. The Warriors have some established wings ahead of him, so his immediate role might be limited, but his skill set fits what the Warriors typically look for in a secondary or tertiary wing. Solid perimeter defense combined with dependable shooting. If he continues to develop, he could eventually challenge for a rotation spot or provide depth off the bench. My grade for Richard is a B. I think he offers more immediate value and fits the Warriors' needs better than Tui. He's a solid defender, a shooter who can be counted on to hit open looks, and a player who understands how to play his role within a team concept. Not flashy or star caliber, but a useful piece in a well-rounded roster. To sum up the Warriors' draft this year, they traded their 41st pick to Phoenix and got these two second-round picks in return: Alex Tui and Will Richard. Both are wings, but they fill different roles. Neither really addresses the Warriors' biggest need in the front court, which remains an area for future moves. But these picks add depth and give Golden State a couple of players who could develop into rotation contributors. Overall, I'd give the Warriors' 2025 draft a C grade. It's an average haul, no slam dunks or guaranteed stars. The team took some chances on players who fit their system, but will have to prove they can make the jump to the NBA level. Richard looks like the better prospect of the two, with a more defined role and clearer upside. Tui brings effort and versatility, but may struggle to find minutes. That's where things stand for Golden State's draft class this year. These picks might not shake up the league immediately, but if the Warriors can develop them properly, they might become useful pieces in a deep rotation. It'll be interesting to watch their progression over the next couple of seasons, especially with Golden State's style of play emphasizing ball movement and defense. Now that we've taken a close look at the Warriors' second-round picks from the 2025 draft, it's worth thinking about what comes next for Alex Tui and Will Richard as they transition from promising prospects to potential contributors on the NBA stage. Draft night is just the beginning. The real work starts when these players hit training camp, join the summer league, and begin grinding through practices with the team. For a franchise like Golden State, which has a well-established culture of player development and a unique style of play, the challenge will be figuring out how to maximize the skill sets of these guys and help them find meaningful roles. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. Whispers are swirling in the NBA world about a possible move involving the Golden State Warriors and the Houston Rockets that could shake up the league's dynamics. Sources close to the situation suggest that Steve Kerr, the legendary Warriors coach, might be parting ways with Jackson-Davis, the promising young talent who has been making waves on the court. While nothing has been officially confirmed, the grapevine is buzzing with the notion that Kerr has quietly bid farewell to Jackson-Davis, wishing him happiness and success with the Houston Rockets. This rumored departure could mark a significant chapter in both players' and teams' futures. Jackson-Davis, known for his strong presence inside the paint and improving versatility, has been seen as a vital piece for the Warriors' roster development. However, the Warriors coach Steve Kerr, known for his strategic mind and ability to nurture talent, may have decided it's time for the young forward to take his talents elsewhere, perhaps in a scenario that better suits the Rockets' rebuilding plans. Houston, a team in the midst of restructuring and seeking fresh talent to accelerate their climb back into playoff contention, would certainly benefit from a player like Jackson-Davis. His skill set aligns well with the Rockets' need for a reliable front court presence, combining size, defense, and offensive potential. The idea that Kerr personally wished him well could be a sign of mutual respect and a hopeful gesture, emphasizing that the separation, if it happens, is on good terms. Fans and analysts alike are already speculating how this possible move could impact the Warriors' bench depth and overall strategy. Golden State's roster flexibility and salary cap situation have always been delicate balancing acts, and letting go of a developing talent like Jackson Davis could open doors for other signings or draft picks. Meanwhile, for the Rockets, acquiring Jackson Davis could accelerate their rebuild, adding a young, motivated player hungry to prove himself in a new environment. Of course, all of this remains in the realm of speculation. No official announcements have been made, and both teams have remained tight-lipped about any potential transactions yet. The fact that Steve Kerr himself might have extended his personal good wishes to Jackson Davis is fueling rumors and raising questions. Is the Warriors star coach signaling a strategic shift? Is this a sign that Jackson Davis' journey in Golden State is coming to a close? Or is it merely a gesture of goodwill amid contract talks and team reshuffles? Whatever the truth may be, the basketball world will be watching closely. If TRAYCE Jackson Davis does indeed make the move to Houston, it could mark a turning point for both franchises. Until then, fans are left to ponder the possibilities as the offseason rumors continue to heat up. Could the Warriors be preparing to reshape their future, while the Rockets gear up for a promising new chapter with a fresh face? Only time will tell. But the buzz is undeniable. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.